The hottest team of the district plays for win number 6 in a row tonight as the Smithson Valley Rangers host the champion Chargers on a 78-degree night from Spring Branch. On the Rangers Network, welcome to Ranger Stadium alongside Brian Hill. I'm Brian Freeman. Brian, the Rangers are one of 2 unbeatens left in District 12 5A off the heels of a 63-3 win over MacArthur. This Smithson Valley team is playing with a lot of confidence.
They are, and I think it all starts with, defensively, only giving up 3 points in the last 3 games. And so not giving up points and then also creating short fields for the offense and special teams playing its part. The team's looking really, really good right now.
Let's talk about the Chargers, a playoff team each of the last 8 seasons, but this year it's been tough for Boerne Champion, a record of 2-5, winless in district play, and they're facing an uphill battle, but a win could really make their season.
Yeah, and even though they've had some close losses, like you said, they opened up, and then now tonight, the 5th district ball game of the year against Smithson Valley, they kind of ran the gauntlet early, and played some tough teams and played them well. I think most of their losses have been by 2 possessions-ish or less. So they're still a very good football team, a dangerous football team. And as we know, this is one of the toughest districts in 5A in the area and maybe even the state. And so they're still a good football team, even though their record may not show it.
Again, Brian, you were there in San Antonio last week. 63 points for the offense, only 3 points allowed. What's impressed you more about this Ranger team lately, the offense or the stifling defense?
I think the way that they kind of mesh with each other and they kind of feed off of each other. The defense, getting 3 and outs and then also creating turnovers, and special teams doing their role. Now the offense only has a 40-50 yard field, so I think how they're all kind of working together. Offense has definitely made some strides to get some explosive plays, but anytime you can shut opponent out or only hold to 3 points, you got a good chance to win the game.
Rangers Chargers meeting for the first time ever, and champion will have the ball to start tonight's game, and Amaya's kick 9 yards deep into the end zone. So we'll take a look at this Charger offense. Their quarterback, Jordan Ballin, over 1,400 yards passing. Very impressive touchdown to interception ratio, 17-4. Offensively, this team can be dangerous.
Yeah, and we've seen that, and just looking at the scores that they've had so far this season, they're going to score some points. And so it's going to be a test for the defense tonight, and all starts with the quarterback that they got slinging the ball around to those playmakers.
Ballin came into the program as a wide receiver. At the helm at starting quarterback, this is 8th start of the season. This offense is putting up more than 26 points a game, but held a 7 last week in a loss to Wagner. Ballin on the RPO, spins out of a tackle. Good opening play there for the Chargers, good for 5 yards. It's going to bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, elusive play there by Ballin. Made 1 or 2 guys miss the point of attack. They were unblocked and got a nice gain on 1st down.
Some up-tempo here for the Chargers on the game's opening possession, trying to snap a 4-game losing streak. Here's Ballin out to his left, and that's short of the sticks to Chase Reha. Going to bring up 3rd down and short.
Yeah, first 3rd down of the game, and again, champion no huddle. They're going to go quick and try to get a playoff before Smithson Valley can call anything too exotic. But big 3rd down here. 3rd and short, but it'd be a big stop on this side of the field.
Again, champions started the season 2-1, but since then they've dropped 4 in a row, losing 47-7 at home against Wagner last week. Ballin kind of bobbles a snap, flushed out. Ballin on the run, and let's see where they mark him out. He needed the 35-yard line, and he is, I think just close, or just short rather.
Looks like the line judge down here pointed for a 1st down. The change to move, but didn't look like he quite got to the 36.
I mean, the nose of the football is just touching the 35-yard line. They say 1st down. Ballin to the air for the 2nd time. Flushed out again. This Ranger pass rush can be so good. You look at what they provide up front. Brian, you look at that front 4, namely McLean Garrett, Noah Herring. On the outside, you have the interior D lineman, Dylan Goss, Jackson Maynard. This front 4 can really get after it.
Yeah, and that's such a huge advantage for a defense when you don't have to bring a blitz in order to create pressure. And those guys up front have been creating a lot of pressure all year.
Ballin on 2nd down and 10, and the receiver ran into his blocker. going to lose yardage there. Jackson Fancher, just his second catch of the year. And the Chargers, after having 3rd and short the previous possession, or the previous 3rd down, now looking at 3rd down and 13.
A great play by Gingrich there on the little bubble screen. Ran through his blocker and basically took that blocker into the lap of the receiver and kind of got a 2-for-1 there. So good job of being physical and running through the blocker.
Champion playing for his first win since week 3. His first win in this new district of 12-5A. Game's opening possession. 2 minutes gone by. Ballard again bobbles a snap. Garrett harassing him and just tosses it away. When the snap takes you off schedule against this pass rush, that's going to lead to a lot of problems.
Yeah, I mean, chances are 3rd and 13 anyways, passing situation. Those D linemen are pinning their ears back, and chances are they were going to be able to get some pressure anyways. But, yeah, when the ball's snapped past your head and you got to get out of the pocket right off the bat, then it's going to create a little bit of havoc. So after 1 first down, good stand by the Ranger defense.
Now this is where the Rangers could have some fun. Braden Mafidis just last week, a 61-yard punt return for a touchdown. This will be handled by Mafidis on the run inside of midfield. And Mafidis still running along the far side, slides down inside the 30. Or Kyler Clark, I beg your pardon, on the return, but he's kept running.
He was trying to get out ahead of his buddy and spring a block for him. So great job of catching that ball on the run into a little bit of a breeze. Ball kind of knuckled. Great job by Kyler having the courage to come up and attack that and catch it on the run. And again, like we talked about before the game, you know, when you asked what's been so impressive is this right here. Defense getting stops, special teams doing their job, and look, Smithson Valley, the offense is running out there with less than a 45-yard field.
Well, again, what a great combination of weapons the Rangers have in the return game between Mafidis and Clark. Here's Sedlik off the play action to the sidelines to Clark on the Rangers' first offensive play. You look at Smithson Valley's offense, they're putting up 33.7 points a game. In district, more than 40 points a game. They're getting short fields, defense, special teams, creating that, and this offense continues to take advantage.
Yeah, and they might not be putting up eye-popping numbers as far as throwing the ball for 400 yards a game or rushing for 400 yards. Well, mainly that's because they're only having to go 40, 50 yards a lot of the times. And so they're being very efficient and getting the ball to a lot of their playmakers.
Sedlik with a handoff to Lance. That's going to bring up 3rd down and long. Driving your point home, Brian, last week Chase Sedlik only asked to throw the ball 8 times. He completed 7 of those passes for more than 130 yards. 2 touchdown passes, ran for 1 as well. And so, yes, you're not going to rack up all the yardage when you have short fields.
Right, and again, that same thing goes for running backs and wide receivers and all that. You know, you see all these numbers, somebody rushed for 300 yards or something. Well, that means that you've busted play.
Sedlik to his right, and stumbling is Mafidis close to the sticks. Forced out by Price Hammond. And let's see. He's short, going to bring up 4th down.
Great job of improvising there by Sedlik. I don't know whether he screwed up or the running back screwed up, but there was obviously some sort of miscommunication in the backfield. And he kind of whirled around and found Mafidis to get most of this back so they have it 4th and short.
And no hesitation here from Larry Hill. Rangers going for it. 4th and a yard for the Chargers, 33. Lance finds a hole and darts ahead for the first down inside the 30-yard line.
Good job by Lance of getting north and south. One cut, knowing the situation. 4th and 1. He might have had a chance in a normal down and distance to try to take the edge on that, but he knew, hey, I got to at least get 1, so he stuck his foot in the ground, as you see right there. Ran through an arm tackle and carried a guy or 2 and got a big first down.
Rangers coming off the win over MacArthur. Over the past 3 games, Smithson Valley has outscored its opponents by well more than 130 points. Just a dominant run for the Rangers as of late. Sedlik with a strike right to TJ Hunt at the 15-yard line, forced out there. And what a valuable target he has become in the passing game.
Yeah, he's been the go-to guy for explosive, longer throws down the field. And that one right there looked like a little bit of a busted coverage by Boerne. He might have been playing like a trap too, but the safety didn't really go over the top. I think that if he just kept running a go route as opposed to breaking it down there, that he might have scored. But still, great ball by Sedlik. Had a lot of velocity on it on the deep out route.
Talked about TJ Hunt, what a weapon he can be. First a flag to look back at. And it's picked up by the Crew. TJ Hunt, team's leading receiver, averaging over 20 yards a catch, 8 touchdown receptions this year. And he's the type of player, when he gets into the open field, look out.
Yeah, he's got that breakaway speed. We've seen him a number of times on the little skinny post routes, the glance routes, whether it be him the outside receiver or inside. And a lot of times when he catches that ball in stride, he's running away from everybody.
Timeout taken here with 8:26 to go. Timeout taken by Boerne Champion. Let's take a look at the District 12 5A standings. So Smithson Valley, again, is one of 2 unbeatens remaining in the district. They're sitting at 4-0, tied with Seguin. And guess who the Rangers play in the regular season finale, and they will do so right here at Ranger Stadium. Seguin in a game that could decide the district championship.
Yeah, and I think both Smithson Valley and Seguin would both say, we'll worry about that in that last week. I think they both, obviously Smithson Valley with a good Hayes team next week, and I think Seguin has another tough opponent, and maybe even Canyon or someone like this. They have a big game next week as well. But there's no doubt that it'll be an exciting game. It'll be more exciting if both teams come in undefeated, but they both got to get there first.
Now those bottom 3 teams have all been eliminated from playoff contention. Out of the timeout, Rangers in the red zone. It's first down. Off the play fake, a bootleg to the left. Wide open is a tight end inside the 10 and out of bounds to the sidelines. Right around the 5-yard line, receiver goes out there. Daniel McBride, 4th catch of the year, and it's goal to go.
Good little play action naked there and almost got into the end zone. What would have been his first touchdown, I think. But big first down now. A cap off the drive.
A drive that began inside of midfield after a good return from Kyler Clark. Off the left side, Doug Lance is going to power in to the end zone for the touchdown. That's his 4th of the season, had 2 last week, and the Rangers strike first.
Outside zone stretch play down on the goal line, well blocked by the guys up front, Ty Stone and Thomason and Tegan Housley and those guys setting an edge on the left-hand side. And a good job by Lance of sticking his foot and making one cut and being physical and getting in the end zone.
Point after coming from Amaya. And with that PAT, the Rangers have outscored their opponents in the first quarter this year, 93-10. Smithson Valley on top early. It's 7-0 Rangers over the Chargers on the Rangers Network.
So Ty, what do you think's faster? Colton Thomason eating 24 hot dogs or GVTC's internet speed?
I don't know. That one's gonna be close.
Ready, set, go. And done. No, get some more. Do over.
I was not expecting that.
Me either.
Good luck to the Smithson Valley Rangers as they take on the Boerne Champion Chargers. Sage Capital Bank is always glad to back the Rangers. Go Rangers!
An efficient drive for the Rangers. Their opening drive of the game. They convert on 4th and 1 to extend it. And the drive capped off with the Doug Lance 4-yard touchdown run. Smithson Valley strikes first in this District 12 5A game. And the Chargers' second possession will begin at the 25-yard line. So Brian got a chance to see Smithson Valley in offense for the first time tonight. What were your takeaways from that opening drive?
Well, it's just the good mix of run and pass, and it all starts with the run game. And so anytime you can be effective running the ball, your play action passes, your RPOs are going to be that much more effective. And that first series, you saw Smithson Valley run the outside zone stretch play about 5 or 6 times, and then they ran 2 or 3 nakeds off of that same look. And so anytime you could pair up your running game, if it's working with the passing game, it's going to be good.
Here's Ballin and the Chargers' second possession of the ball is fumbled as Smithson Valley recovers just outside the 20-yard line. Noah Herring has got it. And boy, what a tough start this has been for the Chargers. Meanwhile, for the Rangers, now 16 turnovers for this defense this season.
Yeah, that was a heck of a collision right there. I'm trying to see who it was. Dudzikowski, I believe, comes in there with a perfect tackle, sticking his shoulder right on the thigh pad and jarring that ball loose. And again, here the Rangers offense trotting out there, and we got 21 yards to go for a touchdown.
So Smithson Valley, kind of the same story as last week. First 2 possessions tonight starting in opponent territory. First down just outside the red zone. There's Hunt over the middle, makes a move into the end zone for another touchdown.
Yeah.
9th for TJ Hunt this year.
They didn't, Champion, and again, you asked about last drive, what was so good. Well, obviously the running game was very good, and so this time, first play of the drive, they got 10 guys committed to the box there, and we had 2 receivers to the left in Kyler and TJ, and really only a corner over there. I think we could have probably thrown to either one of them, but good play action mesh by an RPO mesh by Senelik, popped his feet around and threw it, and a heck of a play by TJ.
So Smithson Valley with the oh-so-efficient one-play drive, 21 yards. Chase Senelik with touchdown pass number 15 of the year, but maybe the bigger number for Chase this season, Brian, has been the number 0, as in no interceptions thrown this year by Chase Senelik.
Oh, we can't be jinxing him now. That's
All we're doing is reporting facts here, by the way. I'm not big on the announcer jinx.
Yes, he's been doing a great job of taking care of the football, and that's been another thing that's been so impressive about this offense is as a whole, just they haven't really turned the ball over. Again, knock on wood, and the defense has been creating those turnovers. And so, like we talked about before, it's tough for opponents to ever feel like they're getting out of their own end zone. They're having to go 80, 90 yards every drive, and it seems like Smithson Valley's offense only has to go 40 or 50 yards and over the course of a game, that can be very demoralizing for an opponent. And so, taking care of the football, the Rangers preach there's 3 things that win football games. That's the turnover margin, explosive plays, and the kicking game. And they've been doing all three of those very well here recently.
3 minutes, 56 seconds in. Smithson Valley on top by 2 touchdowns. Kickoff from Amaya will lead to another Charger touchback. If you're Boerne champion here, Brian, obviously the goal of every drive is to score, but maybe for them, if you don't score here, just get a couple of first downs, keep the Ranger offense off the field, give your defense a break, try to build some confidence on offense.
Yeah, see if you can get a couple first downs. See if you can run the football, take some time off the clock, get the ball past midfield or something, to where even if you do have to punt, hopefully you're pinning the Rangers deep and making them go longer than 40 or 50 yards.
First play of this drive, Ballin to Fancher, stumbles a bit, recovers, and he's just shy of the 30-yard line to bring up second down.
I'll tell you what, it's impressive play by Jackson Maynard there. He's an interior D lineman. And just shows his hustle and athleticism coming from the interior D-line to run down a screen and make a tackle on a sideline. And that's good pursuit football right there.
Second down and 6. Here's Ballin, throws that one short of the 35. And the pass for Fancher is incomplete. 3rd down and 6.
And this is one of those situations that you definitely want to stay out of against this Ranger defense. Is 3rd and 6, although you could maybe hand it off here, but chances are it's going to be a passing situation. And like we talked about before, those guys like McLean Garrett and Maynard and looks like Doug Lance is in there at end right now, teeing off and pinning the ears back and really getting up the field on a pass rush, creating a lot of pressure here.
champion trying to get something going in offense, and a timeout called. Second one of the half called by Boerne champion and their head coach, Keith Kaiser. We talk more about this champion program. Coach Kaiser's in year 10, very good head coach, 80 wins across his 10 seasons, and he has guided this program to the playoffs each of the past 8 years, made the area round a year ago, and they're just 3 years removed, Brian, from a trip to the state semifinals back in 2019.
Yeah, I mean, and again, I don't think they're necessarily that far away from that point. There's been a lot of factors in it, obviously. It's a new district, and there's new people moving into 5A, and they did a lot of that in 5A Division II, and now they've moved up, and so they're playing some a little bit higher quality opponents, and people like Smithson Valley and Wagner have moved down, and other people have got in there, and so again, I don't necessarily think that they're that far removed away from having that success again. Like we said, just because they're 2-5 this year and 0 in district, each one of those games they were in those ball games, and so it's not like they're getting beat 40-0 every single game.
Out of the timeout, Chargers looking at 3rd down and 6. Motion from the slot, balance back to throw. Looking to his left, back to his right. Incomplete. And right there to break it up, Cade Spradling for Smithson Valley. And the Chargers go 3 and out on offense.
What a heck of a play by Spradling. Great read. It was kind of champion ran a motion out, and the guy receiver pretended like he was running an out route and then kind of jerked it back into the inside on a little screen. Spradling read it perfectly, and he played the ball. Almost looked like he was playing receiver there. Both of them going for the ball and almost got himself a pick.
You see Ballin still in the game, but will punt here for the Chargers. And that punt almost blocked by Lance. And the ball bounces up into the air, down by the Chargers. 3 possessions. Now 3 times the Rangers in plus territory.
Yeah, and then other than that first down of the game, the defense has basically gone 3 and out. And then there is a little bit of breeze into their face, but then also, punter having to quick kick it knowing the Rangers are coming after it, and Lance almost getting it there, and then a great job by the return guys of fielding it. And so, yeah, here we go again with Smithson Valley's offense jogging out with less than 50 yards to go for a first down.
So many times you find yourself looking through a box score and trying to get context of a game. There's no more telling stat in football than average starting field position. Rangers taking advantage of it tonight. First down play here, takes the ball inside the 40-yard line on the carry from Lance.
I think that was the sophomore
It
Soursby
was
there.
Soursby, beg your pardon.
They kind of got different running styles. Soursby. I like the way he runs. He's got a little bit of glide to him, and able to weave through there and a good first down run there to stay on schedule, make it second medium.
Soursby had his first career rushing touchdown last week in the win over the Brahmans. 2nd down and 5. Run off the left side. This is Bafidas turning on the Jets. And then gets punched down inside the 30-yard line. That'll move the Sticks on a gain of 10.
Let's get a Charger down there.
Look here,
he's all right. But again, we talk about it every week, another way to trying to get creative and figure out ways to get the ball in Bafidas' hands other than just lining him up a wide receiver and throw it to him. That time he's lined up in the backfield, and they kind of do a quick pitch to him, almost like a fly sweep handoff there, just coming from the backfield, trying to find creative ways to get him the ball.
Evan Cool is the one who they're looking at the 40-yard line. Junior, who's had a good defensive year for the Chargers, team's leading tackler, 12.5 stops per game. As you look at the attendance here for Smithson Valley tonight, another good turnout. Rangers have 1 home game left after tonight, and that is the finale against Seguin, as Cool will go back to the Chargers sideline. And there in your picture, I call him Coach Hill. Man, am I right? Calls him Dad. Larry Hill, the Rangers head coach in season 30 at Smithson Valley.
Yeah, and it's his birthday tonight too, as well. And so he told me he's turned 35 today. That's what he said. So
wow, so that means he started the job here at the tender age of 5 years old.
Yeah, he's been here a while. And yeah, today's his birthday. So obviously he'd love nothing more than a Ranger win on his birthday.
I'm glad you were the one to say it was his birthday, because if I said it and you didn't, that'd be very awkward.
Yeah, having to have you remind me.
Clark on the receiver screen takes that for a short gain. Tackle on the play there for the Chargers made by Tony Graves, and it's second down. Again, this is the first time these two have ever met. Smithson Valley does have rich history against Boerne High School, but Boerne actually closed its doors for 2 years as the campus was renovated. Champion stood alone, and when Boerne came back, they were a 3A school, now playing at 4A, and these Chargers at the 5A level. Second down and 8. Here is Soursby to the outside, makes a nice cutback inside the 15. That'll move the sticks again for the Rangers.
Yeah, just great blocking over there on the right-hand side. Running that outside zone stretch path again, and you got Ty Stone, and I think that's Mac, and those guys over there. Anderson, he's back healthy and he's playing, and so great speed by Soursby to get to the edge and stay out there. But again, can't say enough about up front. Those guys blocking up front.
And now we have another timeout called. This one by Smithson Valley. So you look back at district play from this past week. Seguin won a shootout over Hayes, beat the Hawks 41-34. Canyon, a win over Lehman. Smithson Valley, of course, a big win over MacArthur, and Boerne Champion lost at home to Wagner. Wagner and Hayes played last night in the district.
Yeah, and this time of year, no matter, not just this district, but every district, you're starting to see the separation happen a little bit. Which teams are probably going to make it. Obviously, there's still a bubble team or two, but for the most part, this is kind of the upper half and the lower half, and now it's just every game becomes even more important if you are on that bubble. But then also if you already got your foot in the door and you're going to be in the playoffs, it's ever important to improve those seeds and see if you can get a higher seed so that you're getting a home field advantage in the first round of the playoff.
By the way, Wagner won that game 42-14. Ever since losing the district opener to Smithson Valley, the Thunderbirds have been rolling. That's now 4 wins in a row for them.
Yeah, it'll be Seguin's got a tough test the last two. They got Wagner and Smithson Valley to close it out the last two. So
Mafitas there got tripped up by Gage Goldberg. Just inside the 10-yard line as we tick to 5:20 to go here in the first quarter. And yes, the last name probably sounds very familiar. His dad, Bill Goldberg. For all of you huge wrestling fans out there, that's the guy.
That's Goldberg. That's the guy. I watched a little bit of that growing up.
From the 10, off the left side, this is Soursby stretching for the pylon, and they're going to mark him out at the 3. It's going to bring up 3rd and goal.
Oh, he did step out a little bit early there. I thought that maybe they're going to get a first down, but again, 3rd and short down here. The big boys take over and just keep running the ball.
Smithson Valley 6-1 on the season. Here at home, 2-1. That only set back to a good Harker Heights team all the way back in week 2. Unblemished since then. 3rd and goal off the left side, and that is a touchdown, I believe, for the Rangers. No signal yet. Going to the goal line, the officials sorting out the traffic.
Should be first. Oh, we got a first down regardless, but I thought for sure he was easily. You see in the replay here, right there he gets stood up, but then right
second
there.
effort, Sinlick, yeah, looks like the ball crossed. And then you see it kind of came loose when Goldberg knocked it free. But I think they were saying Sinlick was down.
I guess forward progress maybe stopped, or what, I'm not sure. But regardless, they're able to get a first down. Now they got four more downs to punch it in from the inch line.
Soursby in the backfield. He'll get the call up the middle. Soursby didn't get there. Good stand there by the Chargers. Tackle on the play made by Jared Wingo. 2nd and goal.
Wingo, and then I think there's another guy in there, Clemens. They both came off the edge and flat down the line of scrimmage and made a good play, and actually kind of about a half-yard loss there.
Yeah, I think you're right. Sutter Clemens also there for the Chargers. Second down and goal. Soursby off the right side this time, trying to angle his way in, squeezing through a lot of bodies. And the signal is a touchdown for Soursby. Second in as many weeks, and the Rangers just keep on rolling.
Yeah, and again, like we've said it before and we'll say it again, playing good defense, special teams, those two things, and offense only jogging out there and only having to go 40 or 50 yards each time is a huge advantage. When the opponent's offense is consistently having to go 80 or 90 yards to try to cash it in.
We don't have the total yards figure on us right now, but the 3 scoring drives, I think collectively, you're looking at only about 110 yards or so of real estate.
I think the first series was about 40 yards, and then there was 21 yards, I believe it was, after the fumble. And then that one was, I think, 41 yards. So, yeah, I think we're probably only about less than 150 yards offense, but we got 21 points on the board.
So here we are in mid-October, and you will see all of the pink in the stands. October's breast cancer awareness. Smithson Valley and the fans are doing their part, wearing pink to bring awareness, taking donations as well here tonight. Everybody doing their part here in October. A lot of workout tonight for those guys down there. The Smithson Valley has scored 3 early touchdowns, all off short fields. Doug Lance, Brad Soursby, TJ Hunt. If you're keeping track of your fantasy team, the ones that have scored tonight. That would be a great debate to have one day. If there were fantasy stats for high school players, who would go down as the greatest fantasy player in Rangers history?
Well, is it a PPR league? Do you get points?
We'll say yes for the sake of the argument.
Well, I'm trying to think position by position.
Now, your running
here,
back, Trent Rios, probably would be up there.
Yeah, there's no doubt, because he not only had a ton of yards running the ball, he had great hands out of the backfield as well, so he caught quite a few passes.
Lawrence Madison comes to mind.
Yeah.
Trevon Merrick-Woodard, of course.
Yeah, and then, quarterbacks, you got guys like Adkins, and then going back further than that, the Peels and the Baileys and all those guys. So, I don't know.
Very humble, by the way, not saying yourself, Ryan.
No, I am not anywhere close to those guys. But, yeah, no, there's quite a bit of them that would have put some points up on a fantasy team, that's for sure.
Chargers looking for something on offense. This is their 4th possession. First play on this drive is a run for Anthony Ortiz as we get down to the final 3 minutes here of the first quarter. Now, on the topic of playmakers, and again,
Jeff Shin, by the way.
Yes,
Shin probably would. He had most rushing yards in a season, and still holds to this day most rushing yards in the season. So Shin putting up some NCAA type numbers.
Cody Matthews, a really good receiver as well to include on that list. Here's Ballin on second down off the play fake. Flushed out to his right. Here comes McLean Garrett, and that one's heading to the Rangers sideline. Going to bring up third down. And on the topic of playmakers, and we tell the story of this champion team, and been a very tough year for them, for a program that's been so good. You look at the personnel they lost from a year ago. Their starting quarterback, Carson Kaiser, head coach's son, who is a great quarterback with this offense. Their top rusher, Alex Rodriguez. Their top receiver, Ryan Brandon. And their top 10 tacklers from a year ago. That's a lot to replace.
Not only that, you're replacing all those guys like you just mentioned, but also you're moving into a much tougher district, moving up from 5A Division II to 5A Division I. So they're going to be just fine. Coach Kaiser and his staff, obviously, they do a really good job, and they're only going to.
They're going to get Dunsakowski for the personal foul penalty. Ballin had given himself up on the slide. That's what the call is about here. This will extend the drive on a 15-yard penalty.
Yeah, well, like we were saying, I think they're gonna be fine. They're gonna reload a little bit. Obviously, this year is a tough transition for them, but with all those factors, like we talked about, losing so many, but then also, getting into a really tough district, moving up a classification and stuff like that. So they'll be fine, but they kind of a rebuilding year this year.
You look at this again. Ballin right there gives himself up, and players are so reactionary, and they're creatures of habit. You see a running back fill your gap, your instinct is to go after him.
Yeah, it's always tough, and this is coming from an ex-quarterback, and I think that I get it, obviously, when a player's giving himself up, but not just in this instance. Obviously, that was an instance right there, but you see it all the time on Saturdays and Sundays.
Ballin's throw caught. Squeezing ahead the 45 to the 46-yard line is Evan Bates, one of the captains on this team. Gain of 3 on first down.
But going back to that, Dudzikowski is going in there, going low, because obviously anything up around the head or neck area is also a no-no. And so he's going low, thinking I'm going to put my shoulder pad in his thigh pad, and I've already kind of started my momentum down there, and now all of a sudden his head comes to where his thigh pad was going to be. And, obviously he wasn't trying to be malicious about it. It puts the defender in a very tough position, especially when it's a quarterback running who does give himself up.
Ortiz brought down by Dylan Goss just inside of midfield. The deepest the Chargers have been in this game. Going to bring up third down and short.
I think this is the first time they've gotten past midfield, and looks like Garrett might have got rolled up on there a little bit. Hopefully McLean Garrett's pretty good, but he's limping off with a little bit of an ankle, it looks like. But I think he should be okay. But yeah, it's the first time champion's been past midfield. And again, at the very least, they're taking some time off the clock, and if they can't put any points on the board and they do punt, and then for the first time, Smithson Valley their offense might not get the ball in plus territory.
Third down and 2. This is Ortiz. First down yardage, I believe. Great job by the defender closing in Weston Ross.
Yeah.
They will give Ortiz, though, just enough for the first down.
Yeah, heck of an open field tackle by the safety Ross coming downhill. Spilled everything out to him, and he was the last line of defense. If he doesn't make that tackle right there, then there's nobody behind him, and could have been even more of an explosive play. Even though he got the first down, that was a big tackle to limit it to a short gain.
And Ross has really become a playmaker, and not just for the defense, but a two-way player as well.
Yeah.
Seen him make some plays as a receiver for the offense.
Yeah, he's come over a few times and caught caught a few big balls and in big-time situations, and so guys like him and Hoyos serving on both sides, trying to get your best players on the field as much as you can.
Big dose of Ortiz on this drive. That a really good run there for 6 yards. Could be the final play of the first quarter. And what a first quarter it was for Smithson Valley. 3 possessions, 3 touchdowns. All Rangers at the end of one on top of the Chargers, 21-0.
Good luck to the Smithson Valley Rangers as they take on the Boerne champion Chargers. Sage Capital Bank is always glad to back the Rangers. Go Rangers!
Fisher's Neighborhood Market is the only stop you need before and after game time. Get everything you need, plus a whole lot of things, well, you just want. Fisher's Neighborhood Market. Food, fuel, fun.
Thanks to your generosity, Marines have delivered Christmas to children in...
Doug Lance, Brad Sowersby, T.J. Hunt have all found the end zone as the Rangers have built a 21-0 lead as we start the second quarter. First play of the second, incomplete pass for Ballin, and again on the run with a late flag in on the back end of this play.
happened?
Looking like a face mask. That's what the official is signaling there to our head referee.
I didn't see that. Maybe it was when the receiver was coming out of a break or something, but I did not see that.
On the defense, that penalty is 15 yards and an automatic first down.
They get it against Jackson Duffy, and so the Chargers' best drive of the night aided by 2 big 15-yard penalties.
Yeah, and again, you can't really see it on the replay, maybe right there towards the end, but I don't know. But yeah, like you said, this is Champion's best drive of the game by far, and obviously it's been aided by 30 yards worth of penalties, and so we'll see if the Ranger defense can stiffen up here in the red zone, or near the red zone.
Smithson Valley was penalized twice last week. Here's a run for Ortiz off the right side. Going to bring up 2nd down and long. Saw Gavin Woods in on the tackle. Coming off his monster year a year ago. Team's leading tackler again this season, and this guy just makes plays.
Yeah, no matter where you put him, whether, he obviously got All-State as the defensive end last year, moved him to Mike linebacker this year, but I guarantee if you lined him up at safety or corner or moved him to the offensive side of the ball, tight end, running back, fullback, receiver, anything, he'd be pretty dang good over there as well. He's an athlete, and he makes a lot of plays.
Here's Ballard on 2nd down. He's been under duress all night. Fires that one near the sidelines and caught at the 20-yard line. Able to connect with Bates. Brings up 3rd down.
Yeah, and you've got to think, down 21-0, probably 4-down territory, you would guess, unless they just would like to get some points on the board. But 3rd and 4, and again, as you said, I've been getting a lot of pressure tonight, and haven't been able to quite get there and get home and get that big sack yet. But made quarterback flush a lot and throw the ball away quite a bit, and so we could use one of those big sacks right here.
From inside the 20-yard line, 3rd down and 4. Ballard launches that one, and it is too high for Chase Reha. And it's going to bring up 4th down, but like you said, Brian, you're down 21-0. You haven't kicked many field goals all year. This was always going to be 2 downs to get 1.
Right. Yeah, and so you would kind of, think that, hey, if we knew we were going to go for it on 4th down, let's maybe try to run the ball, maybe get the quarterback on the move or something like that, to where, we could at least, if we don't pick up the 1st down, make it something that's a 4th and 1 or 4th and 2. A little surprised to see, them try to throw the ball down the field a little bit, and it's now incomplete and still a 4th and 4, 4th and 5.
Spread look for the Chargers on 4th down. Ballard rolling, looking, and throws that one complete to Reha inside the 10. But then they're going to say he was out of bounds. Incomplete is the call, and that is a turnover on downs for the Rangers defense.
Yeah, I think there's you saw the ref throw his hat down, and so that typically means that the receiver had gone out of bounds on his own prior to. I think he's in bounds maybe there, but with the referee throwing his hat down makes you it means that he had stepped out beforehand. Yeah.
He sees the ball, approaches him right there. Foot is out of bounds. Great eyes there by the side judge.
Good job by our camera crew as well, picking that up and slowing it down. And so, again, Rangers hold, even though, aided 30 yards worth of penalties, we're able to stiffen up and hold, and the Rangers offense with the worst field position, but they're back on the field.
They're going to flip it here to the freshman across the 30-yard line, down the sidelines, and what a special talent this kid could wind up being. Quentin Sampson made his debut last week, and his varsity debut today, scored a touchdown, and you might be hearing his name for a few more years.
Yeah, he's really good, really talented, really explosive. First play of his varsity career, he scores a touchdown last week, and he's probably thinking this football thing's pretty easy. Wasn't quite as successful on his 2nd and 3rd attempt there, but no, he's gonna be a real playmaker for the Rangers for years to come. As you said, just a freshman.
Maybe somebody for that aforementioned fantasy team.
There you go.
1st down after the Sampson run. A broken play here. Sedlick's just going to throw that one away. You had the run action going right. Sedlick looked left. And that play was kind of doomed from the start.
Yeah, there must have been some mix-up between Sedlick and Hoyos there. There's a flag. I think they're going to get Thomason for being a legal man downfield because the play took so long to develop. I think they're going to get a legal man downfield.
Was legally grounded. Second down.
Flag picked up. And the big man who will be playing at Texas A&M, not called for the infraction, Colton Thomason. Again, you follow this program for such a long time, Brian. You've seen some big offensive linemen. You seen any that size?
I have not seen any that is 6'8". No, we've there's been some big old boys and that have gone on to play collegiate football, obviously, and some really good ones. But as far as just sheer size and the height of him, I mean, he's every bit of 6'8". I mean, that's not something that's just we put in the program to make it look good. I mean, he's every bit of it, and such a hard worker, such a great kid as well, and a good leader for the team. And so A&M's getting a good one, that's for sure.
He's so big, it almost makes it hard as a quarterback to see over him.
Yeah, and it also makes the rest of the guys on the O-line look small, and I promise you they're not small. You know, you got guys like Ty Stone, there's probably 6'3", 6'4". Owsley's probably 6'3", 6'4", but yet standing next to him, they're like, they're not looking as big.
Off the play fake, Sidlick on the rollout and off target for Bafidis. Going to bring up 4th down.
Coach Hill looked like going for it here, right around midfield. Obviously, Amaya with his punting abilities could probably pin them deep, but, wanting to kind of keep this momentum going. Wouldn't be surprised to maybe see, some sort of either quick throw or play action here.
Coach Kaiser looking for his defense to get a stop, get the ball back to the offense at midfield. The Rangers need 2 for the 1st down. It is a run off the right side, crashing right through, and on 4 for the 1st down is David De Hoyos.
Or you could give it to De Hoyos. I think that's a pretty smart play call as well. Great job of De Hoyos of knowing the situation and making that one cut and getting vertical and not messing around, trying to dance. And he's a very physical runner, as you know, when he gets the ball in his hands as well.
Smithson Valley has had De Hoyos in the backfield tonight, Doug Lance, Brad Sowersby. A lot of depth at the running back position. 1st down, De Hoyos. No, it's a play fake and a shot taken deep for T.J. Hunt. He's got separation and a great catch. Fingertip grab inside the 10. Is there anything this receiver can't do?
No, and it was a great job, great separation because it was actually covered pretty well. Smith Valley ran a long developing play action pass where receivers kind of go up to the safeties like they're blocking, and then they kind of burst by them. And so, Jampion corner actually had pretty good coverage on him, but it was good job of separating late by TJ and using that speed and great hands, and a good ball by Sinalik laying it out there and letting his fast receiver run under it and go get it.
1st down and goal after the Hunt catch. Running play, De Hoyos up the middle, fighting inside the 5 and down to the 2-yard line.
De Hoyos, who's that Goldberg there in the hole? It was kind of a, me versus you type of moment there, as you can see on the replay, unblocked, and De Hoyos got the better end of that one, lowering his shoulder and getting down there about the 2-yard line, making it 2nd goal.
Smithson Valley looking to make it 4 for 4 possessions and touchdowns. De Hoyos in the backfield has 2 scores on the year. And now trying to make it a 3rd, and he will. Guts that champion defense up the middle, and Smithson Valley on top now 27-0.
Great blocking up front, great physical run, getting downhill by De Hoyos, and a good drive. First drive that the offense didn't start in plus territory. No problem. We'll go the length of the field anyways. This might take us a play or two longer to do it, but good drive, good 4th down conversion along the way, and when Amaya caps this one off, we'll take a 28-0 lead.
4 possessions, 4 touchdowns by 4 players. Smithson Valley on top, 28-0. You're watching Rangers football on the Rangers Network.
Hey, Principal Wall, how have you been?
Really good, except for
this. Well, we specialize in wart and mold removal and acne treatment and skin allergy testing and skin cancer screenings, but I've never seen anything like this before. Hey, Dr. Miller, come check this out.
What? What? Is it getting worse?
Blue coloring, raised, multiplying like crazy. Do you know what it is? I haven't got a clue.
This man has SV Rangeritis.
SV Rangeritis?
Yes, it's when you have so much school spirit, it just bursts through your pores. This may be the worst, the best I've ever seen.
How can I cure this?
Cure it, you spread it.
Back up at Ranger Stadium. Smithson Valley's lead has grown to 28-0. David Hoyos, 2-yard touchdown run to cap off the last drive. And again, I asked you the question right when the game started, Brian. As of late, what's impressed you more? The play of the offense, the play of the defense? I get to ask you that again because here we are, defense pitching a shutout, and the offense 28 points already.
Well, they're both doing about as good as they can do because offense is 4 for 4 on first downs, and obviously defense hadn't given up any points. And so they're playing very complimentary football. And offense is doing a great job of mixing up run and pass, and the passes off of their runs that have been explosive. And the defense, even though they had those 2 untimely penalties that kind of extended Boerne's drive, our champion's drive, they were able to stiffen up inside the red zone and keep the goose egg on the board.
Short game there for Ortiz. That's going to bring up 2nd down and 9. Smithson Valley defensively, again, just so good. Over the past 3 games, they've given up 3 points total. And you think about how that streak started against Canyon, a high-powered offensive team, and you thought that could be a potential district championship game, could be high-scoring. And the Cougars came in here and got blanked 35-0.
Yeah, I think that was a very
Ballin on the play fake is wrapped up for a loss behind the 30-yard line. Noah Herring, or Spradling rather, on the tackle, brings up 3rd and long.
Yeah, Spradling. Yeah, I think that was Spradling. Yeah, playing linebacker. Great play by him. But going back to your point, I think that Canyon game really was a momentum booster for not just the defense, obviously pitching a shutout against an offense like Canyon, but for the team as a whole, the offense was very efficient that night, taking care of the football, and ever since then they've just been kind of rolling that game right there and really kind of started the streak, so to speak.
Ballin under duress yet again, rolls out to his right. Ballin's going to throw that one to his bench. And it feels like after 1,000, 2 1,000, the pass rushers are there.
They are, and it's not just one guy. And again, a lot of times Coach Worsty and his defensive staff, they're not even having to call blitzes to get that pressure. The guys up front are just pinning their ears back and going. That time we did bring a blitz, but in the past, I think their quarterback Balin has scrambled probably 8 to 10 times already this game.
Yep.
Even though I don't think we've got him on the ground yet, but obviously getting out of the pocket had a lot of throwaways, and each time it's somebody different, and it's pressure by multiple people.
Here's a punt, and that's going to be picked up by Clark on the bounce across the 35-yard line. Under 7 minutes to go here in the half. Smithson Valley on top, 28-0. You look back at this win streak for the Rangers. They have won 5 in a row. Wins over East Central, 45-7. Wagner, 21-13. Canyon, 35-0. Lehman, 48-0. And MacArthur 63-3. So you think about this district, 12-5A. A lot of these opponents you're unfamiliar with, haven't played them in a long time, such as MacArthur. In some cases, never like Boerne champion. And the Rangers have made the adjustment fairly quickly.
Yeah, they have. And I think it goes back to, the physicality as we're going to get a false start here. I think we went on 2, and they kind of jumped a little bit. Didn't get in the neutral zone, I don't think, but I think our center might have flinched a little bit early there. But going back to what you were saying is I think that you can adapt a lot quicker into a new league when your mentality is to be physical and to run the football, and that's the trademarks of Smithson Valley's team. And they've come in here and adapted really well. Obviously, it helps moving down a classification as opposed to moving up a classification.
Reaction out of the offense. That penalty is 5 yards. First down.
Because, you know, a lot of these guys played last year and were starters last year, and they're used to playing Judson Steele, Clemens, New Braunfels, Westlake, Lake Travis. And so, you know, when they're coming down here, even though they're still playing very good quality opponents, there's not that fear factor. There's not that, you know, awestruck look in their eyes.
Offense goes to work after the offsides against the Chargers. Quick pass, Bafidis trying to turn the corner. Good tackle in space out there for the Chargers. I believe the one coming in to make the play there for Champion was Tony Graves. Going to bring up second down and 4.
I guess they did say that Champion's D lineman was in the neutral zone, caused us to move there, so gave us a free 5 yards.
Actually, Evan Kuhl made the tackle. Good to see him back in the game. Kuhl got banged up earlier for Champion. As we approach the halfway point of the second quarter, Rangers appear to be on their way to their 6th win in a row. A lot of football to be played. Here's Clark to the outside. Clark creating separation down the sidelines, trying to outrun the defense and marked out of bounds. Inside the 15-yard line, another big play for the Rangers.
Great block out there. I believe it was, who was out there blocking for him? Was that TJ or maybe Coleman?
You look at the replay here, and Hunt had that great seal block against Price Hammond, and then it was all Kyler Clark after that.
Yeah, great block on the edge out there. Pretty much took out 2 guys, but then Clark uses his speed to get to the edge in a big explosive play. Doesn't always have to be the ball in the air 30 or 40 yards downfield to have an explosive play, but a big play there.
First and goal from the 10, and Larry Hill running with a purpose down the sidelines, getting that timeout call in. Smithson Valley's second timeout of the half.
Yeah, we had a little confusion there, and the play clock was running down, so called a timeout to make sure everybody's on the same page, and we don't go backwards down here inside the red zone. Again, having a sharp game so far in every phase of the ball. Don't want to have any miscommunications that could potentially cause a turnover, something that can breathe life into Champion.
So again, Wagner winners over Hayes last night. Other games happening this evening in the district. Canyon is at Seguin. That game has some intrigue, of course. 2 teams playing well. And Seguin is Travis Bush's former team.
Correct.
He left the Matadors to take over for the Cougars. And Lehman is hosting MacArthur, 2 teams out of the playoff race.
I'll check the score on that Canyon game. Says no score, but maybe the app's wrong. I don't know.
Knowing those 2, no score at this stage of the night.
Yeah,
highly unlikely.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Out of the timeout, first and goal. Here is Weston Ross. Gets a block, turns a corner. He's going to scamper in. Make it 5 Rangers who found Pater, but this one could come back. A flag back at the 11-yard line. And that will wipe out the touchdown for Weston Ross. And the Rangers have played a nearly flawless game tonight, but one area that I'm sure concerns Larry Hill has been some of these penalties.
Yeah, you never again, it's not just penalties are always, things you want to focus on and annoying, but especially when they come in situations like that take points off the board or kill drives or something like that. And so definitely something that needs to be cleaned up as we move forward here.
Whistles blow again. And they're calling the hold. There you see it, upper right side of the screen. They're getting it on Mason Birch. It's that tug of the jersey. Play stopped right now. I'm not really sure why. This is not a team-called timeout.
I don't know. Coach Hill's not very happy, so I don't know.
I think it's a play clock issue. Right now it's down to 5.
Yeah.
Boy, as mad as you'll see him, leading 28-0. Sidlick delivers end zone. Clark, a great catch in the end zone again. Rangers on top, 34-0.
Yeah, something's going on. They're not resetting play clocks or something. I mean, we came out of a timeout, and we almost got a penalty there, and so that's what he's angry about. But I think that throw and catch by Sidlick to Clark might cool him off just a little bit. But what a catch by Clark. Way to go climb the ladder. Good throw by Sidlick with pressure in his face, and Clark really got up and made an incredible catch.
That is the second touchdown catch of the year for Kyler Clark. Now make it 5 touchdowns by 5 Rangers. Last one scored by number 5. 35-0. Smithson Valley over Champion.
Good luck to the Smithson Valley Rangers as they take on the Boerne champion Chargers. Sage Capital Bank is always glad to back the Rangers. Go Rangers!
Fisher's Neighborhood Market is the only stop you need before and after game time. Get everything you need, plus a whole lot of things, well, you just want. Fisher's Neighborhood Market. Food, fuel, fun.
Back out at Ranger Stadium. That's the look of a sideline up 35-0.
Saw my cousin get pretty fired up down there after that last touchdown. So
you would think the score was flipped looking at Larry Hill, but no, still talking about the holding penalty on a play that called a touchdown back. Smithson Valley, though, like they tend to do, put the penalty behind them and score on the next play anyway. 20-yard touchdown pass, Chase Sidlick to Kyler Clark. So Sidlick now 2 touchdown passes in the game, up to 16 on the year, 12 of those coming in district. In district play coming into the game tonight, Chase Sidlick 40 of 47 passing, an 85% completion rate.
That's pretty good.
Those are Brian Hill-like numbers.
No, I think as a quarterback, that kind of number you have in your head of, hey, I need to kind of be over this to be an efficient passer, somewhere in that 60 to 65% range as far as passing percentage completion goes. And to be 85, 86, anywhere in the 70s and 80s is absolutely ridiculous. And so it's a testament to Chase and how well he's been playing, but also wide receivers and the blocking he's had up front and the running game that's really helped open up a lot of those play action passes and those RPOs. But, yeah, how many did you say passing touchdowns, 17?
16 for the year.
16 for the year with
zero interceptions.
0 interceptions. That's about as good as you can get as well. So he's done a fantastic job of managing this offense and being a playmaker.
Bowden flip set out to Fancher for a short game. Saw a shot of Keith Kaiser on the sidelines moments ago. It's been a tough year, again, for Champion, but, man, that's built a really good program. Took over for Danny Threadgill following the 2012 year. He's led the Chargers to 3 years of 10 wins or more. This is potentially the first time ever the Chargers will have finished with a losing record under his tenure. The 2020 Express News Coach of the Year, again that same season guiding Champion to the state semifinals.
Yeah, and like what we said before, they're gonna get back to that. As you mentioned earlier, a lot of key pieces. They graduated. and then moving up a division into a really tough league has kind of hurt that or made that transition even tougher. But they'll be back into playoff contention next year would be my guess.
Look here at the third down play, and there's Ballard again being chased. Ranger defender Lane Richard in pursuit. McLean Garrett, no Herring. Feels like there's 2 or 3 bodies around Ballard every time he's gotten the ball out of his hands. And now he will punt to Bafidis and Clark. Able to get this one away. Clark backpedaling, lets it go, and touched by the Chargers at the 28-yard line.
I think the Hoyos might have blocked that punt if he wasn't getting held, but really good punt. A little breeze behind him over the head, and again, anytime you can punt it and not let Bafidis or Clark get their hands on it, that's a good thing for the kicking team. And so one of the worst field positions for the Ranger offense this evening, having to go 70 yards, but still, with 4 minutes left to go in the second quarter, they'll be looking to try to add at least one more.
No matter where they have started tonight, Smithson Valley has scored, whether that be the Charger 23, their own 20-yard line. They've covered the distance. Good run play off the right side. Here's Sampson, and the freshman bolts his way to the 50-yard line and a gain of 20 for a first down.
Yeah, really, really well-designed play, really, really good block in the backfield, setting that thing up, and then anytime you're going to give Q some space, he's going to exploit it, and like I said, we're going to be calling his name for a long, long time around here.
Rangers dating back to the win over Canyon in the last 3.5 games, talking about 14 quarters, give or take. They've outscored their opponents 181-3. It's going to bring up second down and long after a short run by Bafidis on the tackle there for the Chargers. Coming out of the pile there for Boerne champion is Ethan Stanley. It's second down. Hard to believe that this time 3 weeks from now, the postseason will begin. Just 2 weeks left in the regular season after tonight.
It's gone by quick, hasn't it?
Here's Sidlick, steps up, fires over the middle to the tight end, Birch. Wide open, takes it inside the 30-yard line. Another Ranger first down.
A little route there, not a whole lot of times. It's good to see getting the tight end involved in the passing game there. A little crossing route by tight end. Great ball by Sidlick, hitting Birch in stride. And, for being a big body and his main job being blocking, he does have soft hands, and he's very athletic, and again, certainly a threat in the passing game as well.
I mentioned the point differential the past 3+ games, and what that has done, it has given the Rangers a chance to develop some of their second and third string players even further to get them live game action. As Sidlick throws that one to an open man, Hunt, and forced out at the 15-yard line. And that's game experience that you can't replicate in practice.
Yeah, there's nothing that is as good as game live reps against another opponent. And for the past, like you said, 3 weeks or so, everybody's gotten a chance to get out there and get those live game reps. And that's only going to help you down the road because a lot of those guys are younger, and so it's only going to help you. Who knows what happened? Obviously, we never hope for injuries or anything like that, but if something were to occur, there's some valuable reps that these guys are getting the last couple weeks.
Draw play for Doug Lance, refusing to go down, finally stumbles inside the 10 and to the 7. Vicious stiff arm there, by the way, the offhand from Doug Lance.
Poor guy was just getting up from getting blocked and didn't even see him coming there. So, but they've driven almost 60 yards in a hurry here. Started on their own 30-yard line. Here we are down almost to the 5-yard line, and so picking up big chunk plays, explosive plays, getting us down here.
On second down, Bafidis has a block from Lance. He's going to cut it back inside, and he's in. 6th Ranger to score.
Touchdown pass for Sinaloa.
That's right. This is a pass, not a run for Bufitas. And that is now 3 touchdown passes.
I'm going to boost those. We at least love those as quarterbacks right there. We boost the high percentage pass right there.
No reading the defense, not defended, no corner in the area.
Nope.
Easy soft toss, blockers on the outside. He does the rest. Point after, Amaya. 42-0 Rangers. First half winding down. We're back after this on the Rangers Network.
Good luck to the Smithson Valley Rangers as they take on the Boerne champion Chargers. Sage Capital Bank is always glad to back the Rangers. Go Rangers!
Fisher's Neighborhood Market is the only stop you need before and after game time. Get everything you need, plus a whole lot of things, well, you just want. Fisher's Neighborhood Market. Food, fuel, fun.
Thanks to your generosity, Marines have delivered Christmas to children in need since 1947.
Smithson Valley coming off a 70-yard drive, ending on the touchdown pass. Senlick, his third of the night, to Braden Bufitas. As Smithson Valley's domination bleeding into another district game. On top 42-0. Second quarter winding down. Rangers had 49 in the first half last week against MacArthur. Amaya on that strong leg, but into the breeze. That one short of the goal line. And fielded at the 5. Returner here across the 25-yard line. Bouncing to his right across the 40. Good return here for the Chargers. Down the sidelines and marked out inside the 35. Big return for Sawyer Boley for Boerne champion.
Yeah, it's spectacular run by him. Avoiding 2 or 3 tackles there and getting all the way down the sideline and giving champion by far their best field position of the game so far.
And perhaps a touchdown saving tackle was made by Ryan Vela. And let's see if the Chargers can generate some points before we hit halftime. From the 35, here's Ballin looking, throws that one incomplete to the far side. Duffy breaks it up for Smithson Valley. It's second down. Jackson Duffy had been a very solid player in the secondaries. He broke out the pass there for Chase Reha. Couple of interceptions. One came last week against MacArthur.
Yeah, and he's another one of those guys that what we were talking about earlier, getting valuable playing time as a young guy. He actually started last year as a sophomore and got to play double-digit games, and so that only served him well, and he's been having a fantastic junior year.
Had 2 picks last year, too, as a sophomore, one of those coming in the postseason. Final minute of the half. Ballin trying to get away from Garrett. Unable to escape, though the grasp there of Jackson Maynard, beg your pardon. And it's third down and long.
Finally was able to get to him. I've had a lot of pressure all night, made him flush and make him throw the ball away quite a bit. Initial pressure by McLean there, and then Maynard with the great hustle, running him down, showing his sideline-to-sideline running ability, and was able to get the first sack of the night, I believe.
Keep in mind the Chargers have 1 timeout left. They've only attempted 1 field goal all year, so not really quite sure what the range would be for Crew Pulliam, their kicker. And the snap gets away from Ballin, able to dive on it. Behind midfield, a big loss there for the Chargers, and just been that kind of night. that kind of season for Champion? They get a big return, set up at the 35-yard line, and then something like that happens.
Yeah, obviously this game is probably out of reach for them to come back, but just something like that can, right before the half, having that big special teams play and then having a chance to put points on the board can really do a lot for your confidence moving forward. But going backwards there, and obviously the team's going to let the clock run out, and Smithson Valley's going to take a 42-0 lead into halftime.
Well, the score says it all. All Smithson Valley at the end of the first half. Rangers on their way to win number 6 in a row. On top of the Chargers, 42-0. You're watching Smithson Valley High School football on the Rangers Network.
Maybe he can help. I wish he could, but my dad has his life insurance with Jeremy Fuller State Farm Insurance. Yes, Bob. My mom has her homeowner's policy with Jeremy Fuller State Farm Insurance also. I know my uncle says he only trusts Jeremy Fuller State Farm with his auto insurance needs. Guys, wait! We do so many great coverages, but just not cheerleader legs. Hey, that's okay. It's all better now. Let's start from the top, but with a little change. 2 bits, 4 bits, 6 bits, $1. All for Jeremy Fuller State Farm Insurance. Stand up and holler.
Imagine a new technology in teeth whitening that is able to get better results than ever before that is specific to your teeth whitening goals. Summerhill Dental has it, and it's called TheraSmile, a new method of teeth whitening that can change your smile dramatically after just one session. If you've stopped whitening your teeth due to messy trays, sensitive teeth, and a need for multiple treatments, come to Summerhill Dental and try TheraSmile today. Fisher's Neighborhood Market is the only stop you need before and after game time. Get everything you need, plus a whole lot of things, well, you just want. Fisher's Neighborhood Market. Food, fuel, fun.
2 bits, 4 bits, 6 bits, $1. All for the Rangers. Stand up and holler. Ow! No, what's wrong? I really hurt my leg. That's horrible. Wait, Elle's dad sells insurance. Maybe he can help. I wish he could, but my dad has his life insurance with Jeremy Fuller State Farm Insurance. Yes, but my mom has her homeowner's policy with Jeremy Fuller State Farm Insurance also. I know my uncle says he only trusts Jeremy Fuller State Farm with his auto insurance needs. Guys, wait! We do so many great coverages, but just not cheerleader legs. Hey, that's okay. It's all better now. Let's start from the top, but with a little change. 2 bits, 4 bits, 6 bits, $1. All for Jeremy Fuller State Farm Insurance. Stand up and holler. Yay!
Good luck to the Smithson Valley Rangers as they take on the East Central Hornets. Sage Capital Bank is proud to be a Ranger sponsor in everything they do. Go Rangers!
Hey, Principal Wall, how have you been?
Really good, except for this.
Well, we specialize in wart and mole removal and acne treatment and skin allergy testing and skin cancer screenings, but I've never seen anything like this before. Hey, Dr. Miller, come check this out.
What? What? Is it getting worse?
Blue coloring, raised, multiplying like crazy. Do you know what it is? I haven't got a clue.
This man has SV Rangeritis. SV Rangeritis? Yes, it's when you have so much school spirit, it just bursts through your pores. This may be the worst, the best I've ever seen.
How can I cure this?
Cure it? You spread it.
You're spending more time at home now than ever, so why take chances with your comfort? That's why you need Air Clinic. Our comfort advisors ensure your home is the perfect temperature year-round. Let us put on a comfort clinic for you. Feel Air Clinic quality today.
Hello everybody, welcome back to our Discovery Kitchen. Welcome back to school first off. We're happy to have you back. My name is Sylvia, I'm a registered dietitian, and we've got Chef Mario.
Hey, good morning. Buenos dias, buongiorno. Good morning. Hey, listen, today we're gonna start off with breakfast.
Yes.
Because you know we're getting back to school.
Yes.
And we gotta turn around and we gotta do we gotta bring on breakfast.
Yes, Bring on Breakfast is the theme for our Discovery Kitchen this month of August.
Yes.
So Mario has an awesome recipe, and we're just gonna jump right into it. What's the first we wanna do?
We wanna get the eggs going.
Okay.
So I don't know if you happen to have your own chickens, but if not, you can go and buy these eggs.
Go to the store.
Go to the store and get your eggs and,
Crack them in there. What type of eggs did you get today?
I just got some regular
eggs.
Regular, large. Yeah.
Large eggs. They have grass-fed chickens, I believe, or graze, free-range chickens. You can do whatever type of egg that you want.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of types out there, so.
And so, I'm gonna add some spinach, but normally you see me with like asparagus. Spinach is great. I love color, so I'm adding some bell peppers in here. Tricolor peppers is good.
Yes. So
you might even wanna like par roast is good.
Okay.
And I'm adding a little bit of bacon. I happen to like applewood, but you may like jalapeno, black pepper bacon. And I'm also gonna add some more color, okay?
Tomatoes.
I got tomatoes.
So our spinach is known as a superfood because it has a lot of nutrients and it's nutrient dense and it's very little calories, right? It's a leaf. So it's very great to put in your omelets. Spinach, it kind of looks big, right? But when you cook it in the oil like that, you're gonna see it shrink and shrivel up. So you won't even know what's in there.
Right.
So just add the spinach, it'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
Yeah, and then our bell peppers have vitamin C, vitamin A, which we know is good for our eyesight, helps our eyesight and helps our immune system, both of those. And we also have some bacon. That's just for flavor. We like bacon.
You don't have to. You could leave
You don't
it
have to, but
vegetarian,
that's the flavor component. We want to keep the bacon there. And then our tomatoes, those are really good for you too. And they're delicious. I love these little tiny cherry ones. They're like candy almost. You could just pop them in your mouth if you like tomatoes like that. But
very, very
awesome.
delicious.
So how long do you saute those vegetables for?
For maybe about a minute or so.
Okay, not too long.
Not too long.
You don't want them to be super shriveled up, just a little seared.
Just a little seared, a little seared and get them hot, You could even par roast them,
in the oven?
In the oven.
Okay.
Have it ready to go so it goes even faster.
Okay.
And I usually do that when I have the omelet bar here at the...
Oh, yes. Sometimes if you're lucky enough, Mario will come to your school and have an omelet bar for breakfast.
Oh, yes.
Maybe you'll see him this year. We're hoping he'll be able to come by and do that for you guys. So, ooh, and then we put our eggs in there. Are you a pro at flipping, Mario?
Well, I was going to have you do the flip.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if I can.
She said she didn't want to be
I don't want to ruin your omelet.
Adventurous or whatever that word is. Adventurous. There you go.
Wow.
But it's good, and the way to do this, if you really want to flip it, is you turn around and make sure that everything is cooked on the edges.
And it slides around the pan?
And it slides around as a unit.
Together. Nothing sticking.
Nothing sticking together. It's good to go like this.
Oh,
but just in case, you can always use your little safeguard and spray the pan.
And I don't know if we showed it, but Mario put olive oil in our pan before we put our vegetables and our egg in, so it wouldn't stick to the pan. So
some people like to use clarified butter.
Okay.
But I think the olive oil adds more flavor.
Okay.
So
awesome.
Are we good? Is the camera ready? Because it's one flip.
Can't miss it.
Are we ready?
Oh, wow, so smooth. I would have dropped that.
No.
All over the table.
I've gotten a little bit good at it. Now you could add cheese to this if you
Right.
like, so I'm leaving it out in case there's somebody that has a dairy issue. And you
Yes.
can just kind of like flip
Fold
it
it over.
And you notice that everything looks very colorful and
You
very
want to show
pretty.
the camera, Mario? Let's
Yes.
see. Ooh.
Very colorful, very pretty.
Looks good. And we'll put it on our plate here.
And now we're going to put that on our plate. And Miss Sylvia is going to add a whole grain, artisan type
This is
sourdough
just
bread.
if you have
to
bread.
toast. And I would recommend, I recommend you have fruit with your breakfast.
Mario went all out today.
Fruit and
We've got bread, we've got fruit
and in this
to
case,
go with
I
our.
went with some watermelon, some sandia. You know, you're in Texas.
Ooh, yes. What a balanced breakfast that is. So let's talk about why breakfast is so important. You know, when you wake up in the morning, you're running on E, right? You didn't eat during the night normally, right? Unless you're sleep eating. But you're running on an empty stomach, right? So when you're going to school, to be able to be ready to learn and ready for the day, you need to fuel your body. Preferably with good foods like this and recipes like this that include vegetables, we got fruit, we've got our grain here, and we've got our protein because the egg has protein. So trying to eat breakfast every morning is going to be really best for you to get you started and get you going for the day.
Especially have your fruit. I'm going to encourage
Yes, fruit is really great. And it's sweet, right? Everybody loves fruit. It's sweet and delicious.
Get you going.
Yeah. Well, this is our recipe. It's really, really easy quite. You just got to be careful on the stove. So.
Yes. Ask for some help.
Yeah, ask for some help.
Now
But
go wake up mommy.
Make me an omelet, Mom.
I need an omelet.
But this is our recipe. We hope you try it. We're going to share the recipe and everything that you need. But catch us next time on our next Discovery Kitchen.
That'd be fun. From our kitchen to your home.
Mm-hmm. Enjoy.
Buen provecho.
Fisher's Neighborhood Market is the only stop you need before and after game time. Get everything you need, plus a whole lot of things, well, you just want. Fisher's Neighborhood Market. Food, fuel, fun.
So Ty, what do you think's faster? Colton Thomason eating 24 hot dogs or GVTC's internet speed?
I don't know. That one's gonna be close.
Ready, set, go. And done. No, get some more. Do over.
I was not expecting that.
Me either.
Excuse me. Excuse me, are you Santa Claus? I heard you might be him. If you are him, here's my list.
Help the Marines make Christmas possible for less fortunate children. Donate a new toy to Toys for Tots.
Here's Santa Claus.
Wait, Elle's dad sells insurance. Maybe he can help.
I wish he could, but...
My dad has his life insurance with Jeremy Fuller State Farm Insurance.
Yes, but...
My mom has her homeowner's policy with Jeremy Fuller State Farm Insurance also.
I know my uncle says he only trusts Jeremy Fuller State Farm with his auto insurance needs.
Guys, wait! We do so many great coverages, but just not cheerleader legs.
Hey, that's okay. It's all better now. Let's start from the top, but with a little change.
2 bits, 4 bits, 6 bits, $1. All for Jeremy Fuller State Farm Insurance. Stand up and holler!
Imagine a new technology in teeth whitening that is able to get better results than ever before that is specific to your teeth whitening goals. Summerhill Dental has it, and it's called TheraSmile, a new method of teeth whitening that can change your smile dramatically after just one session. If you've stopped whitening your teeth due to messy trays, sensitive teeth, and a need for multiple treatments, come to Summerhill Dental and try TheraSmile today. Fisher's Neighborhood Market is the only stop you need before and after game time. Get everything you need, plus a whole lot of things, well, you just want. Fisher's Neighborhood Market. Food, fuel, fun.
Mom, isn't that this one?
Sí, mi amor. I'm sure they will love it.
Hey, how are you?
Good, how are you doing? Got some toys to donate.
All right. Thanks for your donation.
Thank you very much.
No matter how you choose to give, your donation sends a message of hope to millions of less fortunate children across America. So they too can enjoy the magic of Christmas.
Wait, Elle's dad sells insurance. Maybe he can help.
I wish he could, but...
My dad has his life insurance with Jeremy Fuller State Farm Insurance.
Yes, but...
My mom has her homeowner's policy with Jeremy Fuller State Farm Insurance also.
I know my uncle says he only trusts Jeremy Fuller State Farm with his auto insurance needs.
Guys, wait! We do so many great coverages, but just not cheerleader legs.
Hey, that's okay. It's all better now. Let's start from the top, but with a little change.
2 bits, 4 bits, 6 bits, $1. All for Jeremy Fuller State Farm Insurance. Stand up and holler!
Good luck to the Smithson Valley Rangers as they take on the East Central Hornets. Sage Capital Bank is proud to be a Ranger sponsor in everything they do. Go Rangers!
Hey, Principal Wall, how have you been?
Really good, except for this.
Well, we specialize in wart and mole removal and acne treatment and skin allergy testing and skin cancer screenings, but I've never seen anything like this before. Hey, Dr. Miller, come check this out.
What? What? Is it getting worse?
Blue coloring, raised, multiplying like crazy. Do you know what it is? I haven't got a clue.
This man has SV Rangeritis.
SV Rangeritis?
Yes, it's when you have so much school spirit, it just bursts through your pores. This may be the worst, the best I've ever seen.
How can I cure this?
Cure it? You spread it.
You're spending more time at home now than ever, so why take chances with your comfort? That's why you need Air Clinic. Our comfort advisors ensure your home is the perfect temperature year-round. Let us put on a comfort clinic for you. Feel Air Clinic quality today.
Thanks to your generosity, Marines have delivered Christmas to children in need since 1947.
Hello everybody, welcome back to our Discovery Kitchen. Welcome back to school first off. We're happy to have you back. My name is Sylvia, I'm a registered dietitian, and we've got Chef Mario.
Hey, good morning. Buenos dias. Buongiorno. Good morning. Hey, listen, today we're going to start off with breakfast.
Yes.
Because, you know, we're getting back to school.
Yes.
And we got to turn around and we got to do hey, we got to bring on breakfast.
Yes, Bring on Breakfast is the theme for our Discovery Kitchen this month of August.
Yes.
So Mario has an awesome recipe, and we're just going to jump right into it. What's the first we want to do?
We want to get the eggs going.
Okay.
So I don't know if you happen to have your own chickens, but if not, you can go and buy these eggs.
Go to the store.
Go to the store and get your eggs and, you know.
Crack them in there. What type of eggs did you get today?
I just got some regular eggs. Regular, large. Yeah.
Large eggs. They have grass-fed chickens, I believe, or graze, free-range chickens. You can do whatever type of egg that you want.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of types out there, so.
And so, I'm going to add some spinach, but normally you'd see me with like asparagus.
Uh-huh.
Spinach is great. I love color, so I'm adding some bell peppers in here. Tricolor peppers is good.
Yes. So
you might even want to like par roast. It's good.
Okay.
And I'm adding a little bit of bacon. I happen to like applewood, but you may like jalapeno, black pepper bacon. And I'm also going to add some more color, okay?
Tomatoes.
I got tomatoes.
So our spinach is known as a superfood because it has a lot of nutrients and it's nutrient dense and it's very little calories, right? It's a leaf. So it's very great to put in your omelets. Spinach, it kind of looks big, right? But when you cook it in the oil like that, you're gonna see it shrink and shrivel up. So you won't even know what's in there.
Right.
So just add the spinach, it'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
Yeah, and then our bell peppers have vitamin C, vitamin A, which we know is good for our eyesight, helps our eyesight and helps our immune system, both of those. And we also have some bacon. That's just for flavor. We like bacon.
You don't have to. You could leave
You don't
it
have to, but
vegetarian,
that's the flavor component. We want to keep the bacon there. And then our tomatoes, those are really good for you too. And they're delicious. I love these little tiny cherry ones. They're like candy almost. You could just pop them in your mouth if you like tomatoes like that. But
very, very
awesome.
delicious.
So how long do you saute those vegetables for?
For maybe about a minute or so.
Okay,
you know,
not too long.
Not too long.
You don't want them to be super shriveled up, just a little seared.
Just a little seared,
Okay.
a little seared and get them hot, you know.
Mhm.
You could even par roast them, you know.
In the oven?
In the oven.
Okay.
Have it ready to go so it goes even faster.
Okay.
And I usually do that when I have the omelet bar here at the...
Oh yes,
at the
sometimes
Central.
if you're lucky enough, Mario will come to your school and have an omelet bar for breakfast.
Oh yes.
Maybe you'll see him this year. We're hoping he'll be able to come by and do that for you guys. So, ooh, and then we put our eggs in there. Are you a pro at flipping, Mario?
Well, I was going to have you do the flip.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if I can.
She said she didn't want to be
I don't want to ruin your omelet.
adventurous or whatever that word is. Adventurous. There you go.
Well,
but it's good, you know. And the way to do this, if you really want to flip it, is you turn around and make sure that everything is cooked on the edges. You
and it
see
like
that?
slides around the pan?
And it slides around as a unit.
Together. Nothing
Together.
sticking.
Nothing sticking together. It's good to go like this.
Oh,
but
and
just in case, you can always use your little safeguard and
spray
the pan.
And I don't know if we showed it, but Mario put olive oil in our pan before we put our vegetables and our egg in so it wouldn't stick to the pan. So
some people like to use clarified butter.
Okay.
But I think the olive
I like
oil
olive
adds more flavor.
Okay.
So,
Awesome.
are we good? Is the camera ready? Because it's one flip.
Can't miss it.
Are we ready?
Oh, wow, so smooth. I would have dropped that.
No.
all over the table.
I've gotten a little bit good at it. Now you could add cheese to this if you
Right.
like, so I'm leaving it out in case there's somebody that has a dairy issue. And you
Yes.
can just kind of like flip
Fold
it
it over.
And you notice that everything looks very colorful and
You
very
want to show
pretty.
the camera, Mario? Let's
Yes.
see. Ooh.
Very colorful, very pretty.
Looks good. And we'll put it on our plate here.
And now we're going to put that on our plate. And Miss Sylvia is going to add a whole grain, artisan type sourdough bread.
If you have
to
bread.
toast. And I would recommend, honestly, I recommend you have fruit with your breakfast.
Mario went all out today.
Fruit and
We've got bread, we've got fruit.
And in this
to
case,
go with
I
our.
went with some watermelon, some sandia. You know, you're in Texas.
Ooh, yes. What a balanced breakfast that is. So let's talk about why breakfast is so important. You know, when you wake up in the morning, you're running on E, right? You didn't eat during the night normally, right? Unless you're sleep eating. But you're running on an empty stomach, right? So when you're going to school, to be able to be ready to learn and ready for the day, you need to fuel your body. Preferably with good foods like this and recipes like this that include vegetables. We got fruit, we've got our grain here, and we've got our protein because the egg has protein. So trying to eat breakfast every morning is going to be really best for you to get you started and get you going for the day.
Especially have your fruit. I'm going to encourage
Yes, fruit is really great. And it's sweet, right? Everybody loves fruit. It's sweet and delicious.
Get you going.
Yeah. Well, this is our recipe. It's really, really easy quite. You just got to be careful on the stove. So.
Yes. Ask for some help.
Yeah, ask for some help.
Now go wake up mommy.
Make me an omelet, Mom.
I need an omelet.
But this is our recipe. We hope you try it. We're going to share the recipe and everything that you need. But catch us next time on our next Discovery Kitchen.
That'd be fun. From our kitchen to your home.
Mm-hmm. Enjoy.
Buen provecho.
Fisher's Neighborhood Market is the only stop you need before and after game time. Get everything you need, plus a whole lot of things, well, you just want. Fisher's Neighborhood Market. Food, fuel, fun.
So Ty, what do you think's faster? Colton Thomason eating 24 hot dogs or GVTC's internet speed?
I don't know. That one's gonna be close.
Ready, set, go. And done.
No, get some more. Do over.
I was not expecting that.
Me either.
Excuse me. Excuse me, are you Santa Claus? I heard you might be him. If you are him, here's my list.
Help the Marines make Christmas possible for less fortunate children. Donate a new toy to Toys for Tots.
Yes, Santa Claus.
Wait, Elle's dad sells insurance. Maybe he can help.
I wish he could, but...
My dad has his life insurance with Jeremy Fuller State Farm Insurance.
Yes, but...
My mom has her homeowner's policy with Jeremy Fuller State Farm Insurance also.
I know my uncle says he only trusts Jeremy Fuller State Farm with his auto insurance needs.
Guys, wait! We do so many great coverages, but just not cheerleader legs.
Hey, that's okay. It's all better now. Let's start from the top, but with a little change.
2 bits, 4 bits, 6 bits, $1. All for Jeremy Fuller State Farm Insurance. Stand up and holler!
Yay!
Imagine a new technology in teeth whitening that is able to get better results than ever before that is specific to your teeth whitening goals. Summerhill Dental has it, and it's called TheraSmile, a new method of teeth whitening that can change your smile dramatically after just one session. If you've stopped whitening your teeth due to messy trays, sensitive teeth, and a need for multiple treatments, Come to Summerhill Dental and try TheraSmile today. Fisher's Neighborhood Market is the only stop you need before and after game time. Get everything you need, plus a whole lot of things, well, you just want. Fisher's Neighborhood Market. Food, fuel, fun.
Mom, isn't that this one?
Sí, mi amor. I'm sure they will love it.
Hey, how are you?
Good, how are you doing? Got some toys to donate.
Right. Thanks for your donation.
Thank you very much.
No matter how you choose to give, your donation sends a message of hope to millions of less fortunate children across America. So they too can enjoy the magic of Christmas.
We start the second half with Smithson Valley on top of champion 42-0. Brant Freeman, Brian Hill with you on this beautiful October Friday night from Ranger Stadium. Smithson Valley on its way to its 6th win in a row. And a tough season continues meanwhile for the Chargers. And the Rangers will get the ball to start the second half. This is not a conversation, Brian, about adjustments. The game feels fairly in hand for Smithson Valley, but what should the approach be to the second half for both teams?
Well, just, again, like you said, the game's pretty much in hand, but just make sure that you're still sharp, regardless of whether it's the first group in there, second group, third group. It doesn't matter. You still don't want to leave a bad taste in your mouth at the end of a game if you're sloppy and turn the ball over, have a bunch of penalties, have some things that are uncharacteristic of you. So I think the main thing is to go out there and make sure that we're still on cue. We've already got some other guys rolling in. We've got most of the backups are already in to start the second half here. And so just be sharp and to not make major mistakes.
Ryland Walker, middle quarterback for Smithson Valley. And he will throw to Cole Froon, who breaks away. Froon in a foot race inside the 40. Ball comes out. I think Froon got back on it at the 32-yard line.
Great throw by Walker. Hit Freund right in stride. Great hands, soft hands, and was able to hit the seam there. And anytime you're in the open field, they always say that defender's going to come behind you. You better secure that ball. And it was a good play by the champion kid, but then really good hustle by Freund to get back on that ball.
Tony Graves did not give up on the play for champion. Watch right here that right hand, the swipe, got him around the shoulder, helped jar the ball free, but Smithson Valley able to get back on it. And now to the ground to Isaiah Vivians, who saw a lot of action in the second half last week against MacArthur. 14 carries in the game, a bulk of that coming in garbage time, but took advantage of that opportunity, ran for 143 yards and scored twice.
Yeah, and again, when some other guys start rolling in there, there's not much drop off there. I mean, these guys are also really good. A lot of them young, but really good and going to be contributors down the road. And like we talked about before, these are some valuable reps for them. These guys practice all the time. They're in the same game planning meetings, scouting meetings, film watching, everything like that. So they're going to do a good job as well.
Short gain here will bring up third down and long opening possession here the third quarter. As you heard Brian say, a lot of backups into the game now for Smithson Valley. Some of the linemen out there, Major Trevino, Gavin Garcia. Out there for Smithson Valley, I believe Tyler Stone in its center. Jeremiah Jenkins also out there on the offensive line with Gunnar Hansen.
That's Jackson Bolt in there at center, I believe. Yeah.
Yep, you're
Bolt's
right.
in there, yeah.
57, not 73. Third down and long. Vivians for a short gain.
Vivian's the ball carrier, tackled by number 17, Jared Wingo.
Now we'll see if Coach Hill gives the backups a chance to work on fourth down situations or go for the field goal. Looks like the offense staying out there right now for Smithson Valley. Coach Kaiser looking off at the sidelines for Boerne Champion. Fourth down and 6 and a chance for his defense to get off the field. Walker looking, throws just off the fingertips of the receiver, Colin Wise. Incomplete. If Wise is able to catch that, he might score.
Yeah, and again, another good ball by Walker. A little slant pattern. Right up around the shoulders, and Wise had some separation. He was able to hang on. Like you said, I think he might have either scored or got inside the 5-yard line there. But, good drive. Backed up inside inside the 30-yard line. Big play there to Fruin, but to get the ball down here. But, good, valuable possession. 3 minutes off the clock and a couple first downs.
And now something for the Chargers to build off of. Some positive energy as the first play after the turnover on downs is good for a couple of yards for Ortiz. We see Ballin still in at quarterback for the Chargers and Ortiz still at running back.
We got some guys on defense there in the D-line. We got another freshman, Justin Roberts, number 99, and I think that's Bakta in there as well. And got some other guys in on defense as well, but they're going to play well.
Good pass there by Ballin, and that's good for a first down. Caleb Krause on the catch for the Chargers to move the chains.
And we've got some backups in here on defense. That 0 on the scoreboard really is still something that is they take pride in, and so they're still wanting. They're going to fight as hard as they can to make sure that shutout stays intact as well.
Smithson Valley has not given up a touchdown in a month. The district opener against Wagner, fourth quarter of that game. Last time somebody found the end zone. Here's Ballin to the outside. Good move to the 44. Staying ahead of the chains. A good 5-yard pickup for the junior quarterback. You look back at the story of this Charger season. Opened the year with a win over Laredo United South, 27-22. Lost in week 2 at Eagle Pass, bounced back with a win over Canyon Lake. And very competitive, as Brian said, in some of their district games. Ballin throws, completes, and up the far side, Bates will move the chains again. In their game against Canyon to open district play, the Chargers led that game 20-7 before the Cougars came back to win. Played Hayes to a 5-point game on a Thursday. But tough one tonight.
Yeah, like I said, they've been in close games, and their record, 2-5 and 0-4 in district doesn't really tell the story of. They're a solid team, and like I said, they'll only get better with a lot of these young guys getting experience this year, and they'll be back next year right in the mix.
Good run right up the seams. Ortiz, one of his better runs tonight. Good for 12 yards. A lot of Anthony Ortiz. The 2 leading rushers coming in, Colin Ryan, Cole Reha, have not seen them tonight for the Chargers. And trying to piece together a scoring drive here against some of the backups for Smithson Valley. Heard Brian go through some of the names. See Trey Adams on the defensive line as well, the backup to Noah Herring at defensive end. On first down, a run to the outside. Ortiz. Good tackle out in space.
That's Elliott.
Thomas Elliott, that's right. Backs up Nicholas Dudzikowski at linebacker.
Good open field tackle right there. And coming downhill and minimum gain, and again, see if the Rangers defense can stiffen up now that Champions crossed midfield, similar to the one drive in the first half where Champion got cross midfield and the defense stepped up and ended up forcing a turnover on downs.
Ezekiel Devados at his safety as well. Here's Ballin throwing into traffic and almost picked. Jumping right into the passing lane, Diego Davila, a sophomore corner. That'll bring up third down.
Yeah, and it looks like our D lineman got pretty much tackled right there, but flag stayed in the pocket and a good play on the back end in the secondary there. So brings up a 3rd and long. See if we can get some pass rush here.
Smithson Valley starters on defense got a lot of pass rush against Ballin. And now the backups trying to preserve this shutout. On 3rd down, Ortiz breaks a couple of tackles and finally taken down inside the 30, short of the first down. About 4th and 1 now for the Chargers, and certainly would assume they're going for it here.
Yeah, that last play call kind of tells you that they were going to go for it. Regardless, what we talked about before, where hand it off, get some of it back to make it 4th and manageable, and they were able to do that, get 5 or 6 there. So now it's 4th and 1, 4th and 2, not in a 4th and 7 if they had an incomplete pass there.
5 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Smithson Valley firmly in control. Ballin hands to Ortiz, spins out of a tackle. That'll move the sticks. Ranger got his hands on Ortiz in the backfield, but Cannon Day unable to wrap up, and the drive will continue.
In this 3rd quarter, moving a lot quicker than maybe the first one. Both teams keeping the ball on the ground and running, and this is, even though it's against the backups, this is the best champion drive of the night so far, with it being able to run the ball and get a couple first downs.
On 1st down, Ballin bobbles the exchange to Ortiz and able to dive back on it, preserving possession. And now the whistles blow. An official's timeout, a Ranger players down.
I think that's the freshman, Justin Roberts, I believe.
Looking at him right now at the 26-yard line. Take you back to the play. And there on the left side of the screen, it was Roberts. Got caught up with a champion offensive lineman. Kind of recapping the game for you. Smithson Valley, again, total domination of the first half. 6 possessions, 6 touchdowns, scored by 6 different players. Doug Lance, TJ Hunt, Brad Sowersby, David DeHoyos, Kyler Clark, and Braden Bafidis. 3 touchdown passes from Chase Senelik, and 3 touchdown runs for the Rangers, their offense here tonight.
A lot of coaches gathered around down there, so hopefully Justin's okay.
Always a very difficult part of the game. Injuries, and right now they're looking at Roberts. Again, we are late in the season. After tonight, 2 games left, both teams, as Roberts is able to get up. And being held back to the sidelines. Rangers 2 games left at Hayes, home against Seguin. And the Chargers' final 2 games against Lehman and MacArthur. You also wonder if Champion's schedule had been flipped.
Yeah.
As they take Roberts to the medical tent. If this would have been a much different season for them.
You have to think it had a chance to do that if they'd maybe not had such a front-loaded, tough schedule and was able to get a couple wins early, get the some momentum going, some confidence going. Some of those one-possession games that they ended up losing, that might have been flipped. They might have had the confidence and the experience to make that one last play to win a ball game. And so, again, they played the best 5 teams in the district the first 5 weeks to open it up. And so, who knows what would happen if they'd have gotten a win or 2 early under the belt.
3rd and 10. Here's Ballin back to pass. Throws that one over the middle and incomplete. A lot of blue shirts around there. Only receiver in the area was Evan Bates. And it's 4th down and 9.
And very similar to the drive in the first half, getting pressure up the middle, as you can see here. Great job by Sosa of not, taking a hit on the quarterback. We know bang play and giving a chance for the referee to throw a late hit or a personal foul penalty there. So now we got a 4th and long, just like in the first half. Hopefully defense can stiffen up inside the red zone.
Here's Ballard looking, flinging that one to the end zone. A jump ball, it's broken up in the back right corner. Good defensive play there for Smithson Valley. Diego Davila, who dropped that pick earlier in the drive, breaks up that pass. And Smithson Valley gets a turnover on downs.
Yeah, and again, great job. Great job by the defense. Gave up some first downs, got inside, the 30-yard line and stiffened up and was able to keep that shutout intact. And, they did their job. And now the Smithson Valley offense will take over and see if they can get a couple first downs and keep this clock moving.
Students still milling around Ranger Stadium in their pink garb, as again, this is Breast Cancer Awareness Night at Smithson Valley as Walker hands it off. Tailback into the game now there for the Rangers. Believe that was Kurt Hammock, and it was on that first down carry. See, Smithson Valley Middle School, Spring Branch Middle School being represented here tonight as well. Again, it's been a great home environment for the Rangers this year. Has been for the longest time. You go back to the start of the 2010 season. Smithson Valley, 65 home games, 52 wins. And here's a quick receiver screen out across the 30-yard line. Going to bring up 3rd down. And coming up, Freund on the catch with 2.5 to go in the 3rd.
Nice quick release. There by Ryland, got the ball out to Freund, and good block, got inside of it and picked up 5 or 6 yards to make this a 3rd manageable. Now, 3rd, 2, and 3, you can run it, you can throw it, and good job of picking up a chunk there to make it third and short.
And for Ryland Walker, getting opportunities like this, a way to perhaps showcase himself and go out for the job next year. Quarterback, a deep ball for Colin Wise. Incomplete. Good coverage down the field from Graves. That was a free play, though, and Walker, a heads-up, savvy quarterback-like play, sees the flag and takes a shot.
Yeah, trying to get him off sides, and then center has the freedom there. If he sees somebody in the neutral zone to snap it, and it's just kind of a predetermined deal that, hey, on this particular play, if we do end up snapping it, wide receiver just go deep because, worst thing that can happen is, we still end up with 5 yards. So really good ball there by Ryland. He has a tight spiral. He's got a good release, and he throws a pretty ball. And definitely looking forward to having him back around next year to sling it around some more.
Walker, 27 passes on the year coming into the game tonight, so he's got some ample playing time behind Chase Sedlick. Here's a big run off the left side for Hammock. Hammock with a burst inside of midfield. That's good for about 17 yards. First down, Smithson Valley inside of midfield.
Yeah, great blocking over there on the left-hand side, outside zone play, stretch. Guys like Gavin Garcia and Jeremiah Jenkins is over there. Bolt, those guys opened up a big crease on the left-hand side. Good job by Hammock of getting in there and hitting that seam, and big first down.
Good seal block from Bryce Peterson, the tight end. Here's Walker on the handoff. This is Hammock. First thing that he does there, if you go back and look at the play, 2 arms around the football, ball security. If you're getting, as a second or third teamer, these chances, you better not put the ball on the ground.
And and again, they want to come out here and they still want to be sharp. And that was the message at halftime, I guarantee you, from Coach Hill and Coach Worster on their sides of the ball, is saying, like, yeah, we've probably won this game, okay, but let's go out there, be sharp. Let's not make mistakes. Let's not have turnovers. Let's not be sloppy. Let's still be us in the second half, and one of the most important things is taking care of the football.
Here's Freund on that quick shovel pass, and he might lose some yardage there. Tackle made by Ethan Stanley. Could be time for one more play here in the third quarter. As Brian said, the pace of the game has really picked up. The pace we were on in the first half felt like we're going to go until midnight.
Yeah, a lot more passing in the first half and completion, stopping the clock. And here in the second half, both teams running the ball a little bit more. And, last play of the third quarter here took about 10, 15 minutes, it feels like, for the whole quarter.
3rd down and 8. Here's Walker. Quick pass for Froon. Got a block, breaks a tackle. And he's still running. Good effort there on the part of Cole Froon. They'll mark him down to the 39. That'll bring up 4th down and 2 when we come back. 3 quarters in the books. Rangers on their way to win number 7 on the season. On top of the Chargers, 42-0.
Good luck to the Smithson Valley Rangers as they take on the Boerne champion Chargers. Sage Capital Bank is always glad to back the Rangers. Go Rangers!
Fisher's Neighborhood Market is the only stop you need before and after game time. Get everything you need, plus a whole lot of things, well, you just want. Fisher's Neighborhood Market. Food, fuel, fun.
Thanks to your generosity, Marines have delivered Christmas to children in need since 1947.
Back out at Ranger Stadium with Sweet Caroline playing in the background from the Ranger marching band as Hammock on 4th and 2 converts to extend the Smithson Valley possession. 4th quarter underway. Brain Freeman, Brian Hill with you on this Friday night. Smithson Valley total domination of the first half. A lot of backups here in the second half to close things out as the Rangers are on their way to a 5-0 record in District 12 5A play.
Yeah, it looked sharp tonight on all 3 phases of the ball, and each one complemented each other. And just got one more quarter left and see if we can punch another one in here in the offense and keep the shutout alive with the defense.
Even across the way as Hammock a good run here on 1st down. The visiting Charger fans kind of swing along to Sweet Caroline. The lights onto their phones, kind of moving back and forth left to right. So 2 fan bases, mutual respect for one another in the game environment.
Trying to have a little bit of fun. It's always good to see. And champion traveled pretty well tonight. Obviously sticking around, even though the team probably is not going to pull out the win, sticking around showing support. It's always good.
2nd down and 3. Hammock, a big dose of him on this drive. Some good runs too. And another one will move the sticks again. So after tonight, Smithson Valley will go on the road to face Hayes. Final road game of the year next Friday at Bob Sheldon Stadium, historic stadium just north of San Marcos, just south of Austin. And we'll have it for you on the Rangers Network. Kickoff at 7 o'clock next Friday. On 1st down, Hammock again right up the gut, exploding inside the 20-yard line all the way down to the 13.
Straight downhill and good blocking up front. That was a counter play and great job with the pulling guard, kicking out and tackle leading up in there, and Hammock hitting it straight downhill. And you always say those downhill backs are one cut back. I don't think he made a cut. I think it's just straight downhill, and he ran in the dark tunnel, and he's putting himself a pretty good drive together here.
Walker to Hammock, same play call. Might see a lot of this play call to close out the game here for the Rangers. Going to bring up 3rd down and short with 9:20 left. Talked about what's next for Smithson Valley. Up next for Champion, back home to face Lehman. Their final home game of the year will be senior night over there in Boerne, Texas. Not too far away here from Spring Branch, just down 46. Again, Smithson Valley and Boerne High had a great rivalry going back in the 90s. And these two programs meeting for the first time ever tonight, Boerne Champion and Smithson Valley. And was there a timeout called?
No, we fumbled down there on around the 10-yard line, and so not able to punch in the drive, but defense is back out there now.
I beg your pardon. So a turnover for the Chargers. They'll bring in a new quarterback as well. Brock Browning had a quarterback replacing Jordan Ballin. High pass on first down for Evan Bates.
New quarterback in for the Chargers. Number 3, Brock Browning. That's a great pass. 2nd down.
This Charger offense held to 7 points last week. They have not been shut out this year. Meanwhile, the Rangers trying to pitch their third shutout of the season and their third over the past 4 games. 2nd down and 10. Browning hands it off to Ortiz, who has been the bell cow for the Chargers here tonight. 3rd down coming up. Boerne Champion as we wind down at 9 minutes to go. Third down and 7. Here's Browning on the rollout. Steps up, looking, throwing deep and too high near his sideline.
Again, another great job by defense going out there, and an opportunity there for Champion to get a little momentum, got a turnover and stuff like that, and defense goes out there and forces a 3 and out, gets some quarterback pressures, and has another opportunity now for the Ranger offense and those guys to get back out there and maybe cap off their last drive.
Talked earlier about all the weapons that the Chargers had a season ago offensively. This was an offense that put up 40 or more 4 times last year, but again, just so much to replace. New challenging district and the fair catch made by the Hoyos. I mentioned the new district. Previously, Champion was in with the likes of Alamo Heights and Floresville, Lockhart, Medina Valley, Kerrville, Tybee. So if we thought Smithson Valley saw massive changes dropping from 6A to 5A, the Chargers may be seeing even more in terms of new faces now in their district.
Yeah, Smithson Valley has the kind of the advantage of dropping down, so to speak, and playing some teams that not quite maybe the caliber of the ones that they have been playing, whereas Champion is moving up. And so, in theory, they're playing even better opponents than what they have in the past. And then, like you said, the rebuilding year in the sense of replacing a lot of those weapons that they had. And but I imagine, like we've said before, they'll be back next year right in the mix, and expect them to be a lot better.
Contested throw, Walker for the freshman Sampson. Play broken up by Andrew Simmons. Another incredible stat for the Rangers this year has been the fact that in the second half, they've only given up 6 points all year. That's a Wagner in the district opener. Short run up the middle. Going to bring up 3rd down and long here for the Rangers. Isaiah Vivian's on the carry. What I'm curious about, when realignment occurs again, a little more than a year from now, we saw the district remain mainly or primarily the same for so long with Judson, Steele, Clemens, Smithson Valley, New Braunfels. Will it be largely the same with this group of 8 teams, or will we see some wholesale changes again in a year and a half?
I imagine you'll see some changes. With so many schools opening up and teams going up and down and up a classification then down one, I doubt you'll ever really see a district stay the exact same. But you would think that barring Smithson Valley jumping back up to 6A, that it would have to be something similar with most of the familiar faces. Maybe add a team or two and subtract a team or two depending on if they move up or down. But you never know with realignment. You never know. You always think it should be this, and this, and all of a sudden it comes out and it's not even anywhere close, and so it's hard to predict.
4th down and 6. Here's a draw to Vivians up the middle, off to his right. Vivian slung down inside the 20-yard line. Nice explosive run there on 4th down to keep the drive moving as we move inside of 7 minutes to go.
A good play call there by Coach Glenn Hill. 4th down. Little draw play and good explosive run there by Vivians and able to keep that drive alive and keep the clock moving.
Just a massive haul off the right side. You could have put about 7 Isaiah Vivians in there. The play designed to move the chains. There's Vivians remaining in the backfield on 1st down in the red zone. Vivians this time going to his left, putting his head down and barrels ahead to the 11. Another good run there for Isaiah Vivians.
Nice steady drive here. Like I said, running the football, keeping that clock moving. Positive yards, executing well, not seeing, a lot of time. And it goes back to what we were saying. These guys have gotten quite a bit of reps. So, you're not seeing the, miscommunications, the penalties and things like that you might normally see with backups when they get in the game.
After a gain of 7, Vivians up the middle this time, so equal opportunity here. Right, left, now center. That's going to bring up a fresh set of downs. Vivian's able to get just enough to move the chains.
1st and goal here, and make sure we take care of the football and see if we can get one more and get one of these guys a touchdown and cap it off. But again, really good drive. Well executed up front, well executed in the run game, and taking time off and getting 1st downs.
1st to go for the offense inside the 10. Looking to crack the scoreboard for the first time in the second half. Here's Vivians, and he's going to storm in across the goal line and make it now 7 different Rangers into the end zone tonight.
That time they brought the freshman Quentin across in a fly sweep motion. That was the play that he scored on last week on his first play. Got the eyes of the linebackers and the safeties moving that way, and then they ran stretch back the other way with Vivians, and he was able to make one cut and lower shoulder, get in the end zone for a touchdown. Looks like we got somebody down.
I believe it is a Charger down at the 7-yard line. Injury stoppage comes with 5:12 to go. And Smithson Valley on top 48-0. And coming off the touchdown scored by Isaiah Vivians. Scored 2 last week. And the Charger player being helped up to his feet now. And that is Colin Lee, junior defensive lineman, being helped up here for Boerne Champion. Take you back to the touchdown. And there you see Vivians just crossed the goal line before the knee went down. You look at Smithson Valley's backfield, their stable of running backs. Doug Lance, a junior. Brad Sowersby, a sophomore. Isaiah Vivians, a junior. These are all names you'll be hearing again next year.
Yeah, and they've got a bunch of good options. And then, obviously they got a quarterback in Ryland that would be coming back, and he's gotten a lot of experience and a lot of these younger wide receivers and O-linemen. And so, we got looking good for down the road as well.
Kyler Clark on for the point after, and it is good. 49-0. Smithson Valley on top. 5:12 left in this one on the Rangers Network.
Hey, Principal Wall, how have you been?
Really good, except for this.
Well, we specialize in wart and mold removal and acne treatment and skin allergy testing and skin cancer screenings, but I've never seen anything like this before. Hey, Dr. Miller, come check this out.
What? What? Is it getting worse?
Blue coloring, raised, multiplying like crazy. Do you know what it is? I haven't got a clue.
This man has SV Rangeritis.
SV Rangeritis?
Yes, it's when you have so much school spirit, it just bursts through your pores. This may be the worst, the best I've ever seen.
How can I cure this?
Cure it? You spread it.
Coming off the Isaiah Vivian's touchdown, his third in the last 2 games. And Amaya with the ensuing kickoff into the end zone for a touchback. By the way, a correction on Vivian's classification. He is a senior, not a junior, so no, he will not be back. But Lance and Sowersby will be, along with Quinn Sampson, again, only a freshman. Rather than Walker, perhaps at quarterback, getting some second half action here tonight and backing up Chase Sedelick. You look at the offensive line, Will Mack, Reese Anderson, both juniors, they'll be back.
Yeah, I mean, there's some guys that are big playmakers that are gonna be back, and the younger guys, and they're still got some season left here, but we'll obviously be excited to have them for down the road as well.
And don't forget Freddie DuBose, who's out for the year with an injury, is a junior as well. That said, there's a ton of senior veteran leadership on this Smithson Valley team. You look specifically at the offense. Colton Thomason will be tough to replace, literally big shoes to fill. Chase Sedelick at quarterback, TJ Hunts and Kyler Clark and Braden Mafidis, some of their bigger playmakers. David Hoyos as well.
Yeah.
And we'll
some
see
other
how
guys up front, Ty Stone and Owsley and those guys have been rock solid as well.
It will be their leadership that the younger guys will lean on as the team attempts to make a run of the postseason. 2nd down and 5, and a fumbled exchange on the turf of the 30. Both teams fighting forward, and the Rangers recover. They're coming out of the pile with the football there for Smithson Valley. That's Joseph Gomez, senior defensive tackle, able to get back on it.
Good for him, and good for the defense. Again, obviously that was a bobbled snap, but everybody was in the right position. Had 2 or 3 guys that could have gotten in there and gotten in. Those guys are giving him hugs, and they're fired up for him on the sideline. Again, always good to see guys go in that don't get quite as much playing time, go in there and have success. And a lot of times you see those guys who are the first teamers just as excited, if not more than anybody else, just because they know how hard they work as well.
This is Cade Spradling. And a quarterback now for the Rangers. Handed off to Hammock. So the third different player taking snaps at quarterback. Spradling is a sophomore. So, again, maybe a chance to see what he is made of moving forward.
Yeah, he was a really good quarterback on the freshman team last year, and obviously got called up and, majored on the defensive side of the ball this year, being a sophomore and having 2 quarterbacks ahead of him. But he's a guy that can be in the mix, and was really good as a quarterback on the freshman team last year, and always good to get some reps here in a game situation, just in case.
Here's Hammock again off the right side, able to turn up field inside the 15-yard line. Going to take that one all the way down to the 11. So Kurt Hammock. Some good runs here in the second half.
Yeah, really impressed with the offensive line, They've had continued success with that stretch play, whether it be to the right side or the left side. Good job of capturing those guys and allowing the backs to get the edge, and really just, all Hammock's had to do is keep it outside and make one cut, and, he's 6, 7, 8 yards down the field before even really getting touched.
Another advantage for this team getting in the second, third teamers in the second half for now 4 straight games is the fact that it saves wear and tear on the starters as well. Run to the outside inside the 10-yard line, and it's a long season, Brian, and if you make a postseason run, that's more snaps on the body, more hits taken, more plays executed, and that's stuff you can if you can keep some reserves in the tank moving forward, that's a big advantage.
Yeah, it is. And, it's always that fine line between, needing that rest, getting the rest, and trying to keep your guys healthy. But also, this will be the third week in a row that the starters haven't had to play in the fourth quarter. And so you kind of walk that fine line between keeping fresh and healthy, but also keeping them sharp and not get rusty. And you don't want the next time that they're playing in the fourth quarter to be a crunch situation in the first, second, third round of the playoffs. And so I won't imagine the next 2 weeks will provide as much opportunity. Both Hayes and Seguin, very, very good teams. And so I imagine that it would be down to the wire, those guys playing fourth quarter. But it is good to kind of limit the amount of reps and the times that the Lances and the Hoyos and those guys get hit on.
Down to the final 100 seconds now. 3rd down and 3. Spratling hands it off to Hammock to his left. Another good cutback move. Hammock stretching, and they're going to mark him down inside the 1. Just shy of the goal line for what would have been his first career touchdown.
Yeah, it does get a fresh set of downs, so I think we'll probably get another crack at it. We'll see it here on the replay.
I thought
he fell in there, but it was close. It was real close, but I would imagine that he would get another opportunity at it. I think he might have had one last week, though, Hammock. The offset pistol.
Spratling, they're going to take a knee. So some gamesmanship here from Smithson Valley. Taking the ball as close as you can to the goal line without scoring, and will not punch it in. So one more kneel down will sew this one up, and with that, win number 6 in a row for this red-hot, surging Smithson Valley team as we approach the finish line of the regular season.
Yeah, whenever I was coaching at Smithson Valley, I'd always tell Coach Worster, I say, hey, if you shut him out, we got a good chance to win. Always kind of joking around with him. And, well, he's had him and his defensive staff and the defensive players of 3 out of the last 4 weeks have pitched shutouts. And so whenever you can do that, not just pitching shutouts, but also so many 3-and-outs and allowing the Ranger offense to start with such great field position and the special teams being so solid, it's really been a sharp last 3 or 4 weeks, and they're looking really good and definitely trending upwards heading into a tough final 2 games and then into the playoffs as well.
Larry Hill, career win number 281 and his first ever over Boerne champion. Rangers dominant tonight as they have been for the past month. They win it over Boerne champion 49-0. 7 touchdowns scored by 7 different players. Up next, the Hayes Hawks. Next Friday at Bob Sheldon Stadium, a game we'll have for you right here on the Rangers Network. Until then, for our entire Quick Productions crew, for Brian Hill, I'm Brain Freeman, signing off from Ranger Stadium. Smithson Valley a winner over champion, 49-0. Good night.